Has it gone live? I don't know. Okay. Yeah, so orange today. The last colour was earth red. It was quite a nice colour. It felt like it bled quite a lot though. Or not bled. Oh, let me mute this because I'm going to be chatting. Yeah, so that's the last one I did. Turned out nice. But today's colour, I will double check that I get it right. We were earth red, orange. Let's get to it. A112, that was it, wasn't it? A112, yes. Sorry, my maze and organisational skills there again. Let's line you up. Let's zoom you in. Cool. Johnny Gonzalez, love your work. Whoops, what's that? See, thanks for the content. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining in, Johnny. Appreciate it. That's my first like as well. Nice. All right, now that I've faffed around long enough, let's get to it. Let's draw some business. How are you, Johnny? Anyway, you good? We've got quite a bump on TikTok, so hopefully by sort of putting my stories out on TikTok, more people will kind of join and have a look and all that kind of stuff. I've got absolutely no idea what I'm going to draw. Just watching you draw in the background. Oh, thank you. What are you drawing? I've got no idea what I'm drawing. It's just with these ones, it's just whatever. Whatever comes to me. Yeah, my YouTube activity won't be as frequent because I've had to jiggle some things around for time. Female mask that is cracking. I don't know. I can actually have a quick check. Is it on TikTok you're drawing? Shush. Shush. Don't want to get bloody copyrighted. I don't know why, I just assumed that you would be drawing it on camera. I think I've been... I've kind of... because I'm drawing on camera quite a bit now, I think I'm just thinking about that that's the norm when it's not. People are just drawing whatever it is they're drawing when they want to draw it. Do you have a like a TikTok or a YouTube? I'm a little bit I don't want to say obsessed or addicted, that's probably the wrong word, but I really like discovering new art to try and get inspiration and ideas from. So I'll find something, I'm like, oh, that looks really good, and I'll follow them, because they'll draw something. It might not be anything like what I draw, but there'll be something in it, and I'll be like, oh, I really like the look of that. There'll be like a part of it that I can apply to something that I'm doing. But some of my drawings recently have been taking ages, like a lot longer than I normally take. Like 2 hours, like the Monday stream that I do in my little black book. I took that long that my phone battery was about to die before I'd finished. Which was fine. It was a little bit frustrating because I thought it was an idea where I thought I'd get it done, but no, just fun. Same. That's why I watch your stuff. I want to incorporate. Yeah, man, do it. Oh, you do graffiti work. I'm not happy with graffiti. Is my favourite type of art. I think that's why I'm the most shy about drawing it, because I've done some graffiti stuff that I'm just not happy with, and I thought, nah, I can't put that out. So I kind of went back to the drawing board. But what I'm trying to do with my graffiti work is incorporate the stuff that you normally see into it, but it's just a bit of a process. I'm kind of like hesitant about putting some stuff out there that's a little bit weak. But if you're on like the socials, like I don't know if I follow you already on TikTok, if you're called something else, or YouTube, but if you've got any work out there, I'll definitely check it out and give you a sub, because I just love graffiti work. It's like my favourite. Could honestly chat about graffiti artwork all day. I love it. Yeah, I'm trying to simplify this one a bit, just so I'm not here for 2 hours and grind my battery down. And I'm going to do this one a bit more properly. My TikTok is Jam Barkley, I believe, because Jamie Barkley was taken, and my siblings refer to me as Jam. But yeah, that's mine. Don't know if you can see the thingy on it. Yeah, that's all my stuff. Yeah, I have got some. Oh no, keep that back. Yeah, I have got some work out there. Lost my trail of thought there. Yeah, like graffiti pieces and graffiti like letters and alphabets out there which are kind of unfinished. And I did put some stuff on like some Facebook groups and on TikTok, but I wasn't massively happy with it. I'm working on an alphabet now, so that's the alphabet I'm working on at the minute. I did an alphabet before, which I did record, which got mostly good feedback, if I can find it. And I made some pieces out of it. Because what I want to do is, I want to kind of do alphabets based around my sort of shapes and stuff that I do. So that was the alphabet I did before. And then have that as like a template, and then create pieces from it. So that's the alphabet I did before, and then the pieces I create from it with that. And I think there is a stream of these out there, but I'm probably going to colour them away from camera, because I'd really love to do like a book of like alphabets, but have them as like like templates, and then you can sort of do what you want with them. So those pieces that I did from the template, because I see people who do alphabets and they're amazing, but it feels like it's there. Like D-Mark's a guy I follow who's awesome. I think he's German or Dutch, I think, but it's clearly his alphabet. That's his. Whereas I'd like to do some sort of templates, and then people can maybe take that template and then do with that as they will, kind of thing. That's the goal anyway. But there's just quite a lot of stuff I'm working on at the minute. It's making it quite hard because I'm trying to get physical pieces up, available to sell, and prints as well, because loads of people have been asking for prints. And I have to keep kind of saying, you know, be patient, that they're coming, trust me. I've just got to figure out a way, because I haven't figured out how to draw them well enough digitally yet. I haven't figured out the best way to approach it digitally. So I'm going to try and photocopy some work I've already done, clean it up, and have them as prints. It's just a process, like you'll know, like when you draw, you get ideas and things like that. It's just a process. You've got to like figure out and see what the best way forward is. That's what comment. Yeah. No, thank you for saying that you like my style as well. Next, I posted one of those alphabets on a Facebook group, and it was like 99% positive sort of feedback, people really liking it, which was good. So I thought, cool, I'm doing something right. But I take inspiration from like the best out there. So I'm sure you've heard of him. There's one called Digital Does, who's on Instagram, whose work is ridiculously good. He's one of my favourites. D-Mark is another one, as I mentioned earlier. Kestiwana. Modia, I think, is another. There's loads. Mercurizer, aka Dime, he's like one of the first that I saw. That his work blows my mind. Like I don't understand how he's capable of doing that. Like, it's so complex. Yeah, once I've sort of worked on the sort of lettering and brought that together, I think I'm going to start looking at 3D stuff. What's your graffiti sort of preference? Do you prefer doing lettering, pieces, characters, that kind of stuff? I'm awful at anatomy, so I don't really bother with the characters. I think skulls is about as far as I'd go, because I really like drawing skulls. I need to figure out where I'm going to put that. So A1, B1, 1, 2, 3. So 7 across it would need to be, I think. Let me just write this down because I don't want to cock it up. But I'd say pieces are more into drawing anatomy of Illustrator stuff. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I do like anatomy and that kind of style, but I'm just not very good at it. I look like you though, like, you know, draw what you know kind of thing. Oh look, there's the idea I had for a piece. I'm just doing this a sec. Do you want to make sure I get the space right? So A1, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I was right. It is 7. 7 by 3. That's what we want. I think I'm going to put that more in the corner. I think. I've been meaning to do like a run through or like a little tour of like some old sketchbooks that I've done, and I think there's about 2. I want to say at least 2 full sketchbooks of just me trying to draw heads and anatomy, and I just couldn't get it. Like in some angles I could get it, but like I always struggled with when you had to draw heads looking up. Or at an angle, like looking up and left or something like that. I could just never do it. Like they just they never looked right. And I just wasn't having fun with it, so I thought, no, I probably need to go to like an anatomy class at college or uni for this kind of thing, because it's just not my forte. I bet people who have tuned in have never seen this before thinking, what's the big deal? You're just drawing squares. So yeah, they start off as squares and rectangles. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, but try and detail them. Make sure this ruler's dry. I think you're the first person who's jumped in sort of right off the bat as well. It's normally about half an hour to an hour before anyone comes in here, so that's so thanks again for that. Oh, thank you so much for turning on the notification. I completely forget about that. That's the thing. Notifications. Thing is, I don't really like saying to people, turn on that notification bell. I know a lot of YouTubers do it, but I feel like they've got like a big enough audience who regularly tune in for him to say that. Like, I'll just put the feelers out there and say, if you want to come and join, that would be very cool. But no, thanks for turning on notifications. Good to know my schedule seems to be paying off a little bit as well. Like a 6 o'clock Monday and Friday, that seems to be doing. That seems to be helping me out a bit. AM. Oh wow, you're in California. Oh, nice one. in sunny Cali. I was saying in one of the streams I did before that I just assumed everyone's in the UK, and I had a couple of guys in that were just down the road from me, and it's like, yeah, that's probably about right, but I do forget that YouTube is international. Whereabouts in California? California are you? One of the big hitters like LA, San Francisco. One of those big ones. I'm in South Yorkshire, where Sean Bean's from. Agriculture dominate Visalia. Am I pronouncing that right? Visalia? Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm near a town called Doncaster. So it's like next to sort of near Sheffield, Leeds, Rotherham, unfortunately. York, that's near here. Yeah, the most famous person to come out of Doncaster is one of the lads from One Direction. I always forget which one. And Jeremy Clarkson, from Donny. There's a few others, but I think they're only more. I think they're only sort of well known, kind of locally. I'm not originally from here either. Heck. Start of October and it's red hot. 19 degrees at the start of October. God, the weather in this country is so flippin' inconsistent. Last year we had, what was it, 40-degree summer, so couldn't do anything. This year the summer's been wet, so it's been hard to kind of do anything. And then in September, when all the kids have gone back to school, blazing sunshine. With like a few days of rain in between. And then you get today, it's meant to be really hot all week apparently, or weekend should I say. Ridiculous. Again, it would just be nice if we actually got the summer in summer, not close to Halloween. God, I've been on 40 minutes already. It's going to be another 2-hour one, this, isn't it? Don't know if you can hear that. That's my daughter playing a recorder downstairs. Sent home a recorder every week. Here, learn that. Okay, you've got any sheet music, or she just meant to teach herself at 7 years old, is she? Johnny Gonzalez, start. There you are, Johnny. You've got no videos yet, but I'll give you a follow back. It's all good. Thank you for the follow. Up to 924 now. A couple of weeks ago. Is it 2 now? Probably about 3 weeks now, I'd guess. I had 480 something. I did a video, and it's just, you know, you put one of those kind of a viral sound, one of those viral sounds on it. Excuse me. And which is what I did, and I think I got 8,000 views on that one video, and I doubled, well not doubled, but I think it was 300 plus subs off the back of it. Which has helped a lot, and I didn't realise, because I thought you had to get to I've said this before, but I think I always thought, and I'm sure this used to be the case, you had to have 1,000 subs before you could live stream off it. But they changed it so you can live stream like immediately, and I seem to have done well off the back of that. So onwards and upwards. Got to run. Check you next time. No, thank you very much for popping in, Johnny. Really appreciate it. Nice to chat with you. And thank you for the sub and the likes and all that. Really appreciate it. Monday 6 p.m. my time, so 10 a.m. your time is when I'll next be on. Live streaming at least anyway. But no, thank you again for joining. Should really put my guard on, shouldn't I? Start lifting the ink up. That's why you start from left to right, Jamie. To avoid such things. I'm going to put my XP one on. Oh, lovely. One of my friends has just got married. Let's crack on. Don't know why I've decided to start this side and do that side, but that's the way I'm doing it. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay. Oh, 5 minutes. Oh, it seems like no matter when I live stream, I get interruptions. Amazon package for next door. Superb. Cool, my man. How's it going? New Assassin's Creed. There's a new Assassin's Creed. I didn't know about that. What's it called? It's going good though, by the way. Thank you for asking. But yeah, I didn't know there was a new Assassin's Creed. Oh, excuse me. Ooh, it's going a little bit. There's a spider crawling behind my monitor. It's called Mirage, set in the 9th century Baghdad. You're doing good. No, I'm glad you're doing well. I had no idea there was a new Assassin's Creed. I've only ever played the first one, which I liked, as like way back in the day. As flawed as it was, I liked it enough that I thought, oh yeah, I would actually like to continue playing this series, but I've just never got round to playing any of the other ones. I've heard Assassin's Creed 2 was really good. And I have got quite a few Assassin's Creed games. I think I have anyway. But they are games that I've always wanted to kind of keep up with and play, but I've just not had the chance. I remember the fuss around Unity. Assassin's Creed, was it Unity? That was meant to be a really buggy mess. But I heard Black Flag was good. Assassin's Creed 3 was meant to be really good. Yeah, I just never got around to playing a lot of them. My favourite is Revelation. Yeah, Revelations and the other one begin with R. Yeah, that period of Assassin's Creed was like meant to be the gold. I think I've got them on Steam. Or I've got a couple. Or did I get a couple of them off? Let me just have a look at the games. Hang on. Oh no, they're on my Xbox. They're buried in there somewhere. They've been so weird about. Yeah, it's like there's 4. Am I right in thinking there's 4 official numbered ones, and then there's loads of like spin-off ones. Like there was Black Flag, which was the Pirates one. Like I said, it was Unity, Revelations. Was it Revelations? What was the one you said? Revelations. Yeah, there was another one beginning with R as well. I remember. Yeah, there's been loads. Oh my god, this new one is a return to the roots. Oh, that sounds good actually. Yeah, like if the whole thing's around stealth, then yeah, that's where the sort of main meat of the game should be. I agree. But I remember what they're called. Is it Unity who does it? No, what they're called? Ubisoft. And I remember getting Watch Dogs. I remember going to Eurogamer when that was kind of showcased at Eurogamer, thinking, oh, this game's going to be wicked. And before I settled in to play it, like, it got quite unkind reviews saying it just didn't really deliver. So that put me off for a bit, but I managed to pick it up on Steam really cheap because I forgot there's like a Uplay thing that they've got. I can't remember my password for that. And I just couldn't be asked faffing with it, so I thought, I don't need another platform for gaming. So I bought it on Steam for like £3. So I want to get cracking onto Watch Dogs because I never got around to playing it. The second one's really good. But I remember when I first sort of saw the preview of Watch Dogs, I think it was 2014 or 13. It might have been a bit before then. Early 2010s. And I remember thinking, yeah, this game seems right up my alley, this. Of Assassin's Creed, even though I've only finished 3 of them. Brotherhood, that was the other one I was thinking of. Is it Azar? Is it Azario? No. Because it's in. I remember with the twist when it was like, oh, you're actually a guy plugged into the machine. I've forgotten the name of everything. What Azario is popping into my head, it's not that. And for some reason, Nathan Drake keeps popping up my head, but that's Uncharted. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Animus, that's what I was trying to think of, thank you. Yeah, the Animus. Yeah, I remember when I first kind of found that out, that's what really intrigued me. I thought, oh, that's wicked. It's actually set in the future and you have to plug yourself into the Animus and go into the past. That's awesome. Oops. Yeah, it's a series I've always... Desmond Miles, thank you. Nathan Drake. I've been meaning to watch the Assassin's Creed film. It just looks like a bog standard action film to me, and I really like Michael Fassbender, so. But again, I just haven't got around to watching it. Uncharted's another game series. I've only played the first one, and it was fine. It was quite dated when I played it though. Because everything around that time in the sort of mid-noughties was that cover-based shooting like Gears of War. It's a good movie. Yeah, I think... thank you for the second like as well, by the way, whoever did that. Really appreciate it. I'm a sucker for action films, so I like most action films, even the shit ones. Like, I can still just have a laugh with it. I'm not saying that'll be shit, but it looks to me like just an enjoyable rainy day kind of action film, which I really like those kind of action films. The Uncharted film did look a bit naff, though, if I'm being honest. You think it's good? Yeah. Action's probably my favourite genre now. Me and my son, we have a movie night, like every weekend, where he'll pick a film, and then I'll pick a film. So his choices were always going through the Marvel films. And my choices were I'd always introduce him to like a new like film. I could go through with him like my favourite films. So we watched Terminator 2 because that's my favourite film of all time, which he liked. And then we'd go and watch like Hot Fuzz was another one. That's my favourite comedy of all time. But yeah, films like that. So like we'll be watching things like Total Recall and... Well, we'll get on to Total Recall. Went to write short stories about that universe. Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, I've lost work to hard drives. It's for some reason, even though you say it to yourself, "Oh yeah, I've got to back it up," you don't really do it, and then when it happens to you, you then become like really anal about backing everything up. Like I've got external hard drives and I've got a flash drive as well, but I need to update the flash drive. Yeah, Terminator 2 was awesome. That was the first film I saw that proper blew me away. I think I was 11. Was I? No. I think I was 9 when I first saw it. And I just remember thinking, what is this? Absolutely loved it. Thought it was incredible. And then, yeah, sci-fi and action from there just became my go-to. God's sake, I'm sneezing like a you know what recently. Jurassic Park is amazing. Yeah, that had that effect on me as well. There was the bit that shit me up in it a bit as well. You know when the T-Rex eats the lawyer off the bog? That scared me when I first saw that. I remember as well they did like an anniversary special of it. The cinema in one of the cinemas near me. So me and a mate did like a double movie special. And I remember Jurassic Park being that good at the cinema. I cannot for the life of me to this day remember what the other film was that we saw. I don't know what it was, and it was a good film. But I just remember being that blown away by Jurassic Park at the cinema that I completely forgot what the other film was. The sound in it was just when the T-Rex roars for the first time, you're just like, whoa. Chills it gave me. Oh, I've just remembered as well. Thank you for the third like as well, whoever's done that. Appreciate it. I'm a huge James Bond fan, and they've just put them all back on Amazon Prime. But they seem to be quite stingy with it. Like I remember the last time they did it, they put it on for maybe a week or 2 weeks. I'm thinking I'm never getting through all these in 2 weeks. Because I've only got them on VHS. But I don't know where they're at. My mum and dad's house somewhere, I think. Dead Hand, how's it going, man? Good to see you. I was too young, sadly. Yeah, so cinemas sometimes they'll sort of do anniversary cinema re-releases. I know you can rent out cinemas as well, but I imagine that'd be a fortune. But I've been lucky enough to see some proper big hitters at the cinema that I was too young to originally see, like Terminator 2. I was 6 when that came out, so obviously I'm not seeing that. But they did they did an anniversary edition here because there's a big cinema chain. There's a couple of big cinema chains near me, so they'll occasionally do cinema special edition releases and stuff like that. So Terminator 2, I was lucky enough to catch that. Jurassic Park was another one. The Thing, I was lucky enough. I'd never seen The Thing before, and they released it, or they showed it at the cinema, and that was the first time I'd ever seen The Thing at the cinema. And I'm like, right, there's no horror that's going to come out now that's going to come close to that. It was so good. So now, don't worry about being late, man. It's all good. It's all good. Had Johnny Gonzalez in here earlier. We were chatting. He was from California. To be blown away by Star Wars Episode 1 at the cinema. Nice. Episode 3 was the only one I saw at the cinema. Bloody hair on my thing. Yeah, Episode 1 I thought was meh. I thought the pod race was amazing on Episode 1. And Darth Maul, obviously. Episode 2 just hurt my feelings because I didn't think it was very good. Episode 3 I remember being very good though. I've only ever seen that one once. And then the new ones have been very hit and miss. I thought Rise of Skywalker was not Rise of Skywalker. I do apologise. I thought The Force Awakens was good. I had fun with that. The Last Jedi, I really like Ryan. Is it Ryan Davis? Not Ryan Davis. No. Looper director. What's his flipping name now? But Looper was ace. But yeah, I thought, yeah, you've tried something there, but it hasn't worked. And Star Wars isn't really the thing where you make a film to express yourself. You've still got to keep it within the kind of rules of that film franchise. Is the colour just called orange? It is. It's literally called orange. There it is. Orange. I had to double take when I first read it as well. And then the next one after that is Orange Rust. I've just noticed as well. So it's orange, orange rust, and then red. There's one I've lost my train of thought there, but yeah, Star Wars we were chatting about, weren't we? Yeah, Star Wars is one of those. I'm more of a Star Trek guy though now. After watching Next Generation, I prefer that. I think that's better than anything Star Wars has ever done. Mandalorian was ace though. Yeah, and I know people hated Rise of Skywalker. I just don't really remember much about it. I remember I vaguely remember the ships at the end, but anything else I just cannot remember it at all. I'm pretty sure I went to the cinema to see that as well. But anyway, how are you anyway, Dead Hand? You good? Enjoying the Star Wars chat? First movie I ever saw at the cinema. I was chatting to my son about this. I remember it quite vividly. I remember vividly, it was the DuckTales movie in 1990. I was 5 years old. And I remember that was the one and only time I've seen that film. It is on Disney, and I have been meaning to rewatch it. But I remember I went with, I think it was my dad's friend who was looking after me and his kid. And I remember getting, I've even got the empty packet here. I got a bag or a box. I'm chucking my pens out. Of Poppets. So these things here. I got a bag of these. And I remember thinking that was the first time I'd had Poppets. I'm thinking they are the most delicious snack I've ever had. But yeah, DuckTales was the first movie I ever saw. I didn't go to the cinema again until 7 years later, so 1997, and the film I watched after that was Twister, which was amazing, and I still love that film to this day. Stuff and pizza, nice. What pizza is it? The movie. But I've never seen the film. I remember really liking the film. I do want to watch it again because I remember it being really good. What was your first film, gentlemen? First film that you saw? Yeah, DuckTales. God, I do really want to rewatch it because I remember seeing it at the pictures, thinking this film's ace. Lion King. Traumatized me for life. What a film, though. I'm always chatting to, my kids are always chatting to me about the Disney films because they really like them. They're always asking me my top 5 and we're always talking about what our favourite Disney films are. I'm trying to think, have I ever seen a Disney film at the cinema? I don't think I have. That can't be right. I'm sure I have. I don't think I've ever seen a Disney film at the cinema, and I've seen almost all of them. Yeah, I agree though. Top 5 is very, very hard to do. I can give you my top 1, and there's probably about 10 contenders for joint second after that. Yeah, my favourite Disney film of all time is Robin Hood because I just adored that film as a kid. I used to watch it all the time. But there are too many good ones. Like I was quite a late comer to Big Hero 6. My kids were on at me to watch that, so we all watched it together, and it's flipping amazing. And I said that's possibly in my top 5 now. Meat Feast, oh lovely. Lost Baby. Are you on about Land Before Time? No, that doesn't sound like Land Before Time. Land Before Time's amazing though, by the way. I love that film. Lost Baby Dinosaurs. Unless it was one of the sequel. Aladdin, Lion King, and Great Mouse Detective. Yeah, that's good. Aladdin's up there. Aladdin is so good. That sort of 90s period of Disney films was like elite, where you had Aladdin, Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. Princess and the Frog was 2000, but I think that's the most underrated Disney film. I think that's brilliant, that film. What was that? Toy Story, that was 95, wasn't it? Toy Story 3 is possibly up there, even though every Toy Story film's great. I'd say the third one. is probably the best. Yeah, Big Hero 6 would be up there. I thought Wally was brilliant. With my grandpa as a kid when I was having health problems. Yeah, I mean, Robin Williams is... he's an absolute he's one of the sort of actors where I will watch films just because he's in it. He's an absolute icon, Robin Williams. I think he's amazing. One of the best actors. I'd probably say he is one of the best actors of all time. Just how, I mean, the Good Will Hunting performance was like, okay, this guy's an elite level actor. But yeah, I'd say Aladdin would be in my top 5. I think Aladdin's incredible. Aladdin would probably be second for me, actually. Yeah, there are so many good Robin Williams films. Chip 'n Dale. God, I love the Chip 'n Dales. I'm such a nostalgia geek as well. I love the 90s. It was my favourite decade because it was when I was a kid. So many good films in the 90s. Although there were a couple of Disney ones I missed in the 90s, like Pocahontas and Mulan. They were the 90s, weren't they? I did miss those, however. Mulan is a pretty good one. I've heard the live action isn't up to much. I'm not really bothered about the live action Disney films. I've seen Alice in Wonderland, and that was alright. The Aladdin live action was better than I thought it would be. I thought it was pretty good, although the casting of Jafar was horrendous. That Weasley little guy. Jafar's like a proper intimidating character. And you just never felt intimidated by him. You just think, who's this little weasel? Who's this gorp? Dumbo bored the absolute bumhole off me. I thought that was really dull, the live action Dumbo. Yeah, the Beauty and the Beast one looked awful. Like, it looked bad. Like, nothing against Emma Watson, but again, that casting didn't look right. Is it Owen? What's his face? He's in the Fast and the Furious films. He was one of the baddies. One of the Shaw brothers. He was in the 6th or 7th one. Oh, Owen something. Again, I quite like him as an actor, but just such a poor choice for Gaston. Gaston's one of my favourite villains in Disney because of how much of a twat he is. He was just made so perfectly. Like, they captured how much of an egotistical dickhead he is so well. To capture that disgusted look. Yeah, you'd have to do full CG with Jafar though if you're going to do that. But yeah, Gaston was... I just thought Gaston was hilarious as a character. Like, he was such a creep. But he was so funny because he was just blissfully unaware of how much of a dickhead he was. As a specimen, yes, I'm intimidating. Yeah, I thought he was hilarious. I want to say Owen Jones, but it's not Owen Jones. What's he called? Owen... Owen something. I can't remember. I can't bother looking it up either. Yeah, Scar is... Yeah, Scar's fantastic villain. Jeremy Irons bringing his A game there. Yeah, Lion King. I remember when Lion King came out, there was such a big... There was like hype around that film. Because of how good it was. One of the few times where the hype has actually turned out to be correct. Because the Lion King was superb. A lot of my favourite animated films as a kid though weren't Disney, so one of my favourites was All Dogs Go to Heaven. Absolute stacked cast in that. Fern Gully was incredible. Again, Robin Williams just bringing his A game for that film. Seeing they're making a live action Fern Gully, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Luke Evans, thank you. Where am I getting Owen from? Owen's his name in the Fast and Furious, that's why. Owen Shaw. That's why Owen was stuck in my head. Yeah, he was in Blitz as well. That's a good film. And thanks for looking it up. Anastasia. I think that sounds Disney. I don't think I've seen it. Do not think I've seen Anastasia. Yeah, Princess and the Frog's one of my, I'd say, favourites. I just think it's really underrated. And the legend that is Keith David being in it as well. I think Frozen might possibly be the most overrated film in history. It's definitely a good film. It's definitely a good Disney film, but my God, the most overplayed song ever. And when you've got kids and you go to quite a lot of birthday parties, and at those birthday parties you get hired... I've even forgot her name now. Is it Elsa? I want to say Elsa. And you have to hear that in song one more goddamn time. And the film's fine, there's some good bits in it, and it's good fun, but my God. The Witch Doctor, yeah, Keith David as the Witch Doctor is class. One of the best villains is Hexus from Ferngully. He absolutely scared the crud out of me when I was a kid. And that song as well, Toxic Love, is brilliant. Frozen was ruined for me over the amount. Yeah, it just. Oh my god, let it go. Yes, you should take some of your own goddamn advice. Let that song go, please. Just let it go. Like I said, Frozen was a good film. It was a perfectly enjoyable film. There's some funny bits in it. Good characters. But my god. The hype train went off the charts for that film. Yeah, like I say, when you have to go to birthday parties as a parent, gee whiz. I've not even bothered looking at this picture. Don't want to hear this song anymore. Yeah, have you zoomed out? You. What are we on? I said this wasn't going to take. I said, oh, I'll just do basic squares and do some stuff around that, so it doesn't take ages like last time. But it has. It's taken what, an hour 40. Yeah, the last Monday stream I did. I didn't even finish it. It's the first time I've not finished it. I thought, oh, just a really nice simple idea, because that one took ages. So I thought I'd just do basic lines and details, but it took forever to do that. I had to stop recording because my phone battery died. So on Monday, I'm going to have to do a brand new one here and then finish this. I think I'll be alright with this one. This one's, I'm not too far off finishing this one. Love the thick squares, thank you. See, one of the reasons I like doing these streams is because I just kind of have an idea and just kind of draw. It leads on to stuff I'm going to do, and gives me ideas for what I want to do for the physical copies that I'm going to sell. I've nearly finished my first one. And I think you were here last time, Dead Hand, when we were talking about what to sell. Trapdoor! Get away from that trapdoor. There's something down there. But yeah, I was talking to, I'm pretty sure you were here, Dad, weren't you? Chatting about prices of stuff. And like selling prints and original works is a good balance, because the prints are cheaper and the originals are going to be more expensive stuff. And I said that the first original I'm going to sell will be about £200, £250, depending on how much more detail I add to it. Because obviously that's going to add time and things like that. I'm going to hop off for now. We've got to get back to Assassin's Creed. Really excited to see where the story goes. Yeah, man, crack on. Thank you for popping in. Always good to see you, Goob. Always nice chatting. It's a Friday night after all. Friday night's made for gaming. That's exactly what I'm going to be doing when I finish with this. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do... Let me just have a look at you, squares-wise. Take care, buddy. I think I might add another one just here, and then the rest is just going to be lines, I think. Acid rain. You got that song in my head now. Step away from that trapdoor. something down there. I remember that, and what else was I? There was a tune that I was singing as well the other day. Count Duckula. I got a VHS tape, and you pressed it, and it lit up, and it had the theme tune for it. I wish I still had that. I think it broke eventually because obviously spamming the crap out of it, but yeah, Count Duckula. God, the 90s was so good, man. It was so good. The best TV, the best games, best movies. I remember going over. I used to go to my mate's house because I lived in Germany for most of the 90s, and it was when the SNES was sort of in its pomp. And I used to go over to my mate's house, and we used to try and finish Donkey Kong Country when that first came out. And I'll always remember we got stuck on the minecart level. I think at his house we spent hours trying to do that. There was one jump sort of in the middle we couldn't do. You have kind of got me in the mood to get stuck into Assassin's Creed now. But I said to myself, before I start another campaign, I need to finish the ones I've already started. I love the Knights Thundercats transfer. The Turtles was mine. Yeah, that's exactly the routine, wasn't it? You'd get home from school, watch your telly, and then you'd go outside and play with your mates. It's exactly how it should be. Love it. But Turtles was out of them. Like you've got your favourite. Like you'd watch them all, but you'd have your favourites. But yeah, Turtles was mine. Turtles was my favourite one. I love that show. I remember I used to come home from school and watch Art Attack. That was one of my favourite things to watch with Neil Buchanan. I absolutely loved that show. Curved up a little bit, it's fine. Dun, 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 dun. Biker Mice from Mars. That's a good one, you know. I didn't manage to see many episodes of that, but I did like it when I did see it. But that was a good show. Real Monsters was another one. But I mean, I don't know how old you are, but it sounds like you're sort of similar generation to me. So like in the 90s when Sky kind of came out, and my parents were able to get it, so then sort of you got introduced to your Cartoon Network and all the stuff on Nickelodeon, like Hey Arnold and all that kind of stuff. Oh, 1 second. What's that? Did you write that? Yeah. Oh, that's amazing.
I wrote all that.
That's brilliant, that. Right, I'll come and have a look after properly, okay?
You got the letter for his trip.
Oh, God. Signs on my door and all sorts, doesn't seem to make a difference. That's such a bad line, look at it. Yeah, 39, getting to Sky was a huge back then for the, yeah, I'm 38, so yeah, I'm right there with you. Bob Ross, God, I remember that. Smart as well. I'm actually really happy with how this has turned out. I didn't know where I was going with this drawing. I really do. I kind of have had a rough idea. But it's turned out all right, I think. Just basic lines and shapes. You can make them dead interesting. I think that's what I might do at the weekend, actually. I might work on that tutorial that I was doing. I drew it all out, but I don't know how to film it, like, or voice over it or whatever. I don't know how to kind of do that bit. Might do it live, so talk over it as I'm drawing it, or record the drawing and then voice over it. I don't know. I just don't know. looks really good, dude. It reminds me of the cubes in horror films with trapdoors. Oh, thanks. Thank you. I think I know which one you're on about as well, that horror movie. I'm not into horror movies really at all anymore, but there are the odd one or two that kind of half get my interest. Like The Cube's one of them. And that one, I know exactly which one you're talking about as well. Is it a Korean film? Or a Japanese film, the one you're talking about? I saw like a clip of it on TikTok. Cabin in the Woods or something. I don't think I saw Cabin in the Woods. Excuse me. That's why I need the ruler. Better remember it. I just remember the cubes with the monsters inside them. Yeah, I'm sure I've seen clips of that film that you're describing. Where's this come from? Why is... always seems to happen with my work. Hey, random smudges on my artwork. Yeah, like I mean that's water, liquid from somewhere, but oops. There was one where, like, where's that? Just dropped this stuff off my desk. So I've got this little ruler here. I scratched all the numbers off it because the whole point of it is this is fairly thin paper, which is good. Like, there's not that much. I suppose there's little bits here and there, but I just like the way that the pens I use feel against it. It's quite smooth, which is why I like it. But I can't really put my fingers down on it because the sort of oil and stuff on your fingers, it kind of crimps the paper a little bit. So I use this ruler to press down to keep it steady and flat. But I'd had a drink on here, like to my left on my desk, and then I put my ruler down, and obviously the condensation from the can has got the ruler wet, and I've not known, and I've smudged the drawing. I can even show you which one it is. It didn't affect it too badly, but it was still annoying. Where are you? It was... Come on, where are you? That one. You can see it there, look, all the smudges there. I mean, I went over the inked bits. It's not too bad, like it still looks alright, but it was just so annoying at the time because I thought, oh, I really like that drawing too. Been struggling for time to get these going again. Like, I've managed to do, that was the most recent one I did. But yeah, I'm going to come back to recording those. But I used to have a schedule for those ones, but because I've had to prioritise other things, that those are just kind of like, I'll do them as and when I can. And because they take a bit longer, they take about 2 hours as well to do. And I don't just want to just launch them out there, because they're some of my favourite works. They're really fun to do as well. So I want to do them right. I don't just want to... just rush them out there. Right, I'll move you over there, move you back a little bit. Do the finishing touches over here. And then I'll probably call that one there, because there's not really much else I can do with it, I don't think. Still have that thing where I always think I should make them more busy than they are. Busier. I don't know what the right word there is, but... Have you used technical pens like Rotring Isograph? I have not. I really want to use them. I do like Rotring as a brand. They're the brand of pencils that I use. So I've got that one, and where's my other one? Where are you? And I've got 3 Rotring actually. I forgot about this one. Is that a Rotring? It's a Statler. Yeah, so these are the 2 pencils that I use the most. These Rotring ones, I think they're really good. And I've seen other artists, Peter Draws I know used to use Rotring drawings, but they're very expensive for what they are. I think they're about £30. They're about £30. Last time I checked. I'm pretty sure I've got them in my wish list on Amazon. Just curious now, let me have a look. Yeah, so one pen I'm seeing here. Well, that's a pencil actually. Yeah, £25 for just one pen. Oh no, you have got a fine line. You've got some fine liners for how much are they? They're 12. But I think the ones you mean, the technical ones, I think they're £25 for Isograph technical pen 0.10. And then you've got the technical pen set. That's the one I was looking at. So it's 3 pens and a pencil, and you get a rubber in it and stuff as well with some lead. A 0.1, a 0.3, and a 0.5. That entire set is £60, but you do get like compass and like refillable ink and stuff. So I suppose for the whole set, that's still quite dear. But yeah, I have seen them, and I do want to use them. But like I said, they're just quite pricey. I'm just going to check some other drawings. Like, I don't know why, it just feels like that's... Yeah, I mean, that should be enough. Like, I've done other drawings that didn't cover as much of the page. Come dance with me. Did I thank whoever did the fourth like? If not, thank you. They're amazing. Yeah, they look quality. I mean, Rottering is a brand I actually really like. I've not used loads of their stuff, but from what I have used, it's like really good stuff. So yeah, definitely, I do want to use more of their things. But they're the technical pens, the ones that I think you're talking about, are really expensive. And I blew my birthday money on the Statler pens. So I can ink in sort of bigger sections of drawings better, because I didn't have very many. Are these, what are they? 4.0 or whatever thickness. So yeah. Can I do much more with this? I don't think I can, to be honest. But it is another 2-hour drawing. I didn't expect it to be. I've been chatting as well, but so it's all good. Yeah, do you know what? I am going to leave it at that. Just a nice simple one, even though it's taken a while. I might just do a couple of lines here. Yeah, I think I will leave it there because I am happy with it. Coolio. Well, another 2 hours well spent, I would say. That's Orange down, number 17 in the bag. Only 103 to go. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a double header one day to stand a chance of getting through these. But we are done. Looks great, dude. Thank you very much. So yeah, thank you to everyone who came in. Dead Hand, good to see you again. Always nice chatting. Coob, always good chatting with you. Thanks for coming in. Johnny Gonzalez, thank you again for coming in. Thank you to all the likes, the views, and the support. Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I am on Instagram, TikTok, where I upload there as well. Next time I'll be doing a live stream like this will be Monday, 6 o'clock UK time. And I'll be chucking out random live streams on TikTok as well. And I'll be trying to get time lapses up in between them. Busy. But thanks to everyone again. And I shall catch you next time. Cheers.